of the most common questions we get from you guys is, when is the best time to visit Vienna? As someone who lives here and experiences this beautiful city year-round, I'm going to break it down for you guys into a complete and honest guide that will help you plan your perfect Vienna trip. The quick answer first. If you want the absolute sweet spot for visiting Vienna, aim for either late spring from April to May or from September to October. Let's dive deeper into each season so you can decide what works best for your travel style. Let's start with winter in Vienna, so the months December to February. December in Vienna is truly magical. If you love Christmas spirit, you love the festive vibes, you love festive markets, and you don't mind spending a little bit more for accommodation, December is worth every penny. Another major highlight in December is the New Year's celebration that we have here in Vienna. Vienna hosts one of the biggest New Year celebrations called the Silvesterfahrt. And if you are a classical music fan, you definitely also have to check out the New Year's concert taking place on 1st of January. If you don't get tickets for it, because it's really hard to get those tickets, you can always visit one of the public viewing spots, for example in front of the St. Stephen's Cathedral or at the Riesenradplatz. But if you want to dive deeper into the winter season or what specifically to do and what to see in December, we would highly encourage you to watch our latest video on things to do in December. Just click on the link here or scan the QR code to watch the video. But here's also an insider tip. If you want to experience the festive season that we have here in Vienna without paying the premium prices for accommodation, January and February are the best time to visit Vienna. While probably you will miss the Christmas markets, you will discover a completely different side of Vienna instead. One of the most magical transformations happens right at the Rathaus. While the Christmas market closes its doors on Christmas Eve already, something even more special happens right afterwards. So the Christmas market at the Rathausplatz normally comes with an ice skating rink. But once the Christmas market ends on 24th of December, they start the construction already for the bigger ice skating rink. So you still have opportunity to go ice skating on the smaller area until the 6th of January. But then they close it down and they start transforming it into the Wiener Eisstrom. So the Wiener Eisstrom opens on 23rd of January and runs until 2nd of March. This massive ice skating ring is very popular among locals but also tourists. During these quieter months you also have the opportunity to check out other stuff in Vienna. For example, the beautiful Vienna ball season. And it's also a great time to visit Vienna's coffee houses. I mean, it's just a great experience to step in from the cold and have a hot chocolate, a hot coffee, or even an Apfelstrudel inside. I can truly encourage you guys to try it out. Vienna's coffee houses are all over the city. You have different spots that you can visit. We even have a coffee house list that you guys can subscribe to, where we have collected some of the best spots we personally visit often and the spots you guys definitely have to check out. Popular spots like Café Central, we have checked it out already for you guys. We have even made a video on Café Central. We always recommend people to go there at least once. Just go there, check it out, because the architecture itself is very beautiful and worth seeing. And they also serve great Apfelstrudel there, so it's another reason to go there. The coffee, we are not big fans of the coffee, but the experience is definitely a must-do and we would highly encourage you to try it out. And two more reasons why you should come in January or February is because all the touristy attractions have less crowds, so you can visit them without having to queue up or without having to deal with bigger crowds. It's much more enjoyable to see the attractions during January and February than it is in December. And you also profit from lower hotel rates. Don't forget that December is a high season. We have much bigger demand here in Vienna, so you also see it reflected in hotel rates. If you come in January and February, it's going to be definitely cheaper. And if you're lucky, even in January and February, there is higher amount of probability that the city will be covered in snow. Vienna is not famous for having snow. It's not given that every year there is going to be snow, but if there is snow, it normally happens around January and February. Let's go to spring in Vienna, so months March to May. So spring is incredibly underrated here in Vienna, because starting from mid of March to late March, you really see the city transform again. The seating areas of the coffee houses are opening up again, so you can go and have your cup of coffee while sitting next to the street and enjoying, doing some people watching maybe. It's a very cozy vibe, and most of them are also heated, so that's really nice. And there is another reason why you should come in spring, the Schönbrunn Garden, which is, by the way, completely free to visit. You don't need an entrance ticket. There are opening hours, of course, because they have to close it down during night. But if you go during the day, it's open every day, and the garden is truly beautiful and really well maintained. And if you go there in spring, you will definitely also get your perfect Instagram picture there. But here's also a local secret that not many tourists know about. So spring is not just about Vienna. If you really want to have the ultimate spring experience, we would definitely encourage you to leave Vienna for a day trip. One of our favorite spots that we visit every year for spring, at least once, is the Wachau Valley, which is around a 50-minute to 1-hour drive from Vienna. The Wachau Valley is very famous for the apricot blossoming season, which is basically when all the apricot trees in the Wachau start to blossom up, get this pink, purple, white color shades, which is really beautiful and the perfect photo spot. Once you reach at Krems, you can take a river cruise, you can take the Wachauer Bahn, which is also going through the whole area, which we highly recommend. We have made a separate video also on the Wachau topic, so definitely check it out if you're interested to come in spring and have a day trip outside of Vienna. But here's also an important weather note, because the weather here in Vienna is really unpredictable, especially in spring. So always bring a raincoat ideally, or bring an umbrella to cover yourself from unexpected rain showers. It's really necessary because it can be sunny at one time, but the next moment it starts raining, and the rain might remain for a couple of hours, so you never know. Be flexible, keep a raincoat in your backpack, and you will be equipped for all the adventures. Now let's talk about summer. Summer in Vienna from June to August. Yes, summer is a peak touristy season here in Vienna. Almost as busy as in December, and you definitely will experience higher prices in accommodation, bigger crowds, but at the same time I really have to tell you it's worth the experience, because Vienna has very moderate weather in summer. We almost never go above 40 degrees, so it's going to be around 35 degrees, which is quite manageable, especially if you compare it to southern European countries where the temperature goes above 40 degrees and the city really comes to life in summer. We have incredible events in summer, like the Vienna Film Festival, which is right in front of the Vienna City Hall, the Rathausplatz, and there they normally show different kind of musicals. It's not a live show, but it's recorded shows, and it's completely free. You can watch those musicals. It's normally very busy, so go a little bit earlier, check the schedule, and be maybe there half an hour to 1 hour before the show starts. And afterwards you always have the opportunity to go and have something to eat. Above 20 stalls normally serving different kinds of food, from Persian food to Asian food to steaks, burgers. It's not the best quality, I have to say, I have to be honest there, so it's not like eating in a proper restaurant, but it's good enough to not spoil your evening. So it's a great experience. We normally go there once or twice every summer. It has a cool vibe. You can also just have drinks there. Highly recommend it. And also in summer there is the largest open air festival here in Vienna called the Donauinselfest, which we highly recommend you to check out. It's completely free to enter. A lot of locals go there. It has around 3 million visitors over over the entire weekend, which is from Friday to Sunday. Loads and loads of dining options, of course. So it's a great experience. Of course, also there, 3 million visitors. It gets crowded at certain points. It normally takes place around end of June. So if you're around in the city or planning to come, put it on your to-do list. At least check it out for 1 or 2 hours and just to get the vibe and see how locals here in Austria, because it's not only Vienna, a lot of people come from outside of Vienna just for this festival. But there is so much more you can do in summer in Vienna. You can, for example, just enjoy the Danube Island itself outside of the festival period. Of course, the Danube Island is a great recreational area where you can rent boats, you can rent bikes, go swimming if you want, just have a picnic. So it's a beautiful area and very, very, very popular among locals. It's easy accessible. We have metro stations on both ends of it. You can either take the U1 to Donauinsel or you can take the U6 to Neue Donau. And since 2024 there is a cruise operating on next to the Danube Island, which is kind of a hidden activity. Not many locals even know about it. It's called the Copa Cruise and it has 4 or 5 stations along the Danube Island, and you can get in at one point and get out at the other station and, you know, get a completely different experience from the Danube Island. And it costs only 3 euros last time I checked. It's only operating in the summer months. It's not operating in the winter months. What else you can do in summer in Vienna is, of course, enjoying the city center during the evening. You can grab an ice cream and just walk along the old town of Vienna, the first district, and really take your time to enjoy the architecture without the crowds. Of course, it's much more silent, it's much more peaceful during the night. Now let's talk about fall in Vienna. So the months from September to November. You see a completely different side of the city if you come in fall. The city looks spectacular during this time, and there are also beautiful events going on in fall. For example, it's of course wine harvesting season as well. If you are a wine lover, definitely come in fall, because that's where we have events like the Wiener Weinwandertag, where you can walk through the Vienna vineyard, enjoy a glass of wine and sample this year's harvest. Plus you get beautiful views of the city from up there. So it's in the 19th district and it's one of those unique Vienna experiences. I don't know many capital cities here, at least not in Europe, where you have vineyards directly integrated into the city. So you can take the metro and the bus. The bus takes you up to the mountain right in the middle of vineyards and you can enjoy your time there. It's really beautiful. It's a great way to escape from the busy city. So no matter when you choose to visit Vienna, every season has its ups and downs. If you want to save money, don't come during the main season. Don't come in December, don't come in the summer months, because that's when accommodation is going to be more expensive. Activities, restaurants are going to be fully booked. If you want to have a more, I would say, laid back experience, if you want to have your space to experience the city, come during the shoulder seasons, come in fall or in spring, which are still very magical. If you're coming just for the Christmas markets, I've been to the city center recently. They have already put up some Christmas lights already in the city center, so you can see some festivities going on already. So you don't have to come in December, you can already come in November maybe and check out the festive lights. Yeah, the Christmas markets also open around mid of November already, so you can come a little bit earlier. You don't have to come directly in December, where accommodation just goes through the roof normally, and save some money for yourself. So just let me know in the comments below, have you ever visited Vienna? If yes, what was your favorite season and what was the favorite activity you did during that specific season? Thank you guys for watching and see you guys in the next video. Bye.